Did you know? Many of the things that weigh you down in old age aren't physical at all. They live in your mind, heart, and soul. They are old regrets, fears, worries, and unnecessary burdens you've carried for years. But what if you could let them go? Aging is not just about adding years to your life. It's about making the most of the years you have left. Letting go of certain things can open the door to greater happiness, peace, and fulfillment. The wisdom of age is knowing what truly matters and what no longer serves you. Here are 7 things to release in old age to embrace a life of joy and serenity. 1. Let go of the need for control. Embrace life's flow. For much of life, we are taught to plan, organize, and manage every detail. We set goals, build careers, raise families, and make sacrifices, believing that control brings security. And for a time, perhaps it did. But as the years pass, we begin to see a truth that only age can reveal. Control is often an illusion, and trying to hold on too tightly only leads to stress and disappointment. In old age, the need to control can manifest in different ways. It might be frustration over how your adult children live their lives, a desire to keep the body from aging despite its natural course, or an unwillingness to accept the unpredictability of life. You might feel anxious when routines change or when the world no longer operates the way it once did. But the truth is, life has always been unpredictable. We were just too busy in our younger years to notice. The paradox of aging is that while we lose certain physical abilities, we gain the wisdom to know what truly matters. And what matters is not rigid control, but the ability to adapt, to let life unfold without resistance. The happiest people in old age are not those who try to grasp tightly to the past or demand that life conform to their expectations. They are the ones who embrace each day as it comes, meeting change with grace rather than fear. Letting go of control does not mean giving up. It does not mean that you stop caring about your well-being or the people you love. Instead, it means understanding where your influence ends and where acceptance must begin. It means trusting that your children and grandchildren will find their own way, even if it looks different from the path you imagined for them. It means recognizing that your body will change, but that does not diminish your worth or your ability to enjoy life. Imagine the freedom that comes with surrendering the need to control. Imagine waking up each morning without the weight of expectations, allowing yourself to simply be present. You no longer need to orchestrate every detail, to fight against the natural rhythm of life. You can choose instead to focus on what brings you joy. Conversations with loved ones, the warmth of the sun on your face, the peace of a quiet morning. True peace comes not from controlling life, but from trusting it. You have spent decades shaping the world around you, guiding others, making decisions, and striving for stability. Now is the time to step back and allow life to flow, knowing that whatever comes next, you have already done enough. Release the need to control, and in its place, welcome the serenity of simply living. 2. Let go of regrets. Forgive yourself and others. Regret is a weight that grows heavier with time. It lingers in quiet moments, whispering reminders of things left undone, words left unsaid, choices that, in hindsight, could have been different. Perhaps it is the career you didn't pursue, the apology you never gave, the opportunities you were too afraid to take. Maybe it is the way you wish you had loved more openly, spoken more kindly, or lived more freely. Whatever form regret takes, it has the power to steal the joy from the present, keeping you tethered to a past that cannot be changed. But what if you could let it go? What if instead of looking back with sorrow, you chose to see your past through a lens of understanding? The truth is, every decision you made was shaped by who you were at the time. the knowledge you had, the circumstances you faced, the emotions that guided you. You did the best you could with what you knew then, and that is enough. Carrying regret does not rewrite the past, it only burdens the future. Forgiving yourself is an act of kindness, a recognition that imperfection is part of being human. Forgiveness must also extend to others. Over a lifetime, people will disappoint you, hurt you, and sometimes leave wounds that take years to fade. It is easy to hold on to resentment, to replay old conversations, and wish for different endings. But bitterness does not punish the person who wronged you. It only poisons your own peace. Letting go of resentment is not about excusing the harm done. It is about freeing yourself from its grip. It is choosing to no longer let past pain define your present happiness. Imagine how much lighter your heart would feel without the weight of regret and resentment. Imagine waking up without carrying the burden of what was or what could have been. You cannot go back and change the past, but you can choose how you carry it forward. You can choose to see every mistake as a lesson, every loss as a reminder to cherish what remains, and every hurt as an opportunity to cultivate greater compassion. In the end, regret serves no purpose other than to keep you from fully living. You have more life ahead of you, more moments to embrace, more love to give. The past is already written, but the days ahead are still yours to shape. Release yourself from the grip of regret. Forgive freely, yourself and others, and step into the peace that comes with knowing that, despite everything, you are still here, and that is enough. 3. Let go of comparing yourself to others. You are enough. It is easy to fall into the habit of comparison, even in old age. You see others who are healthier, more active, surrounded by family, or seemingly living a more fulfilling life. And you wonder if you have somehow fallen short. You compare your past achievements, your financial situation, even the lines on your face to those of your peers, measuring your worth against standards that were never meant to define you. But comparison is a thief. It robs you of joy, distorts your perspective, and blinds you to the beauty of your own journey. Think of all the years you have lived, the experiences that shaped you, the challenges you overcame. Your life is uniquely yours, a story no one else can claim. To compare your path to someone else's is to ignore the richness of your own experiences. The person who appears happier may carry silent burdens you cannot see. The one who seems more accomplished may long for the simplicity you take for granted. No two lives are the same, and no one truly knows what it feels like to walk in another's shoes. Society often glorifies youth, wealth, and success, making it easy to feel as if growing older is a loss rather than a gain. But age is not a competition, and fulfillment is not measured by what you have, but by how deeply you appreciate what remains. The wrinkles on your face are not signs of decline. They are marks of a life well lived, proof that you have loved, laughed, and endured. The slowing of your body does not diminish your worth. It is an invitation to move through life more gently, savoring each moment rather than rushing past it. The need to compare often comes from a desire for validation, a longing to be seen and valued. But true worth is not found in external achievements or in how you measure up to others. It is found in the quiet moments when you recognize your own resilience, your own kindness, your own ability to bring light to those around you. It is found in the wisdom you share, the love you offer, the simple joys you embrace. No amount of comparison can take away the richness of who you are. Imagine what it would feel like to let go of the need to measure yourself against others. Imagine the freedom of embracing your life exactly as it is, knowing that it is enough. When you stop comparing, you open yourself to gratitude. You begin to see the beauty in the ordinary moments, the warmth of a familiar voice, the comfort of a quiet morning, the deep connection that comes from simply being present. You realize that happiness is not about having more or being more. It is about appreciating what is already yours. So release the habit of comparison. Celebrate your own story, knowing that it is just as valuable, just as meaningful as anyone else's. You are not defined by what you lack, but by the depth of your experiences, the love you have shared, and the wisdom you carry. And in that, you are already more than enough. 4. Let go of the fear of aging. Embrace the gift of time. Aging is often painted as something to fear, something to resist for as long as possible. Society tells us that youth is the peak of life, that getting older means fading into the background, losing relevance, and watching the best days slip away. But is that really true? Or is it just another illusion, another story we've been told? The truth is, aging is not a decline. It is an evolution. It is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, honored, and even celebrated. Fear of aging comes from a focus on loss of physical strength, loss of independence, loss of time. But what if we looked at it differently? What if instead of seeing aging as a process of losing, we saw it as a process of gaining? Because that is what it truly is. With every passing year, you gain wisdom, clarity, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. You gain the freedom to live without the pressures that once weighed you down. The need to prove yourself, to chase achievements, to meet expectations that were never really your own. Now, you get to live for yourself on your terms, with the wisdom to know what is truly worth your time and energy. Your body may change, but it is still yours. It has carried you through decades of laughter, sorrow, adventure, and love. Every wrinkle is a story, every gray hair a lesson learned, every ache and pain a reminder that you have lived fully. Instead of mourning the changes, honor them. They are not signs of weakness. They are signs of a life well lived. Strength does not disappear with age. It simply takes on a different form. It is in the patience you have cultivated, the kindness you have shown, the battles you have fought and won, even when no one was watching. Aging also brings perspective, the ability to see what truly matters and what never did. You no longer waste time on things that drain your spirit. You know that happiness is not in material possessions, not in the approval of others, but in the quiet moments of connection, in the love that surrounds you, in the memories that fill your heart. When you let go of the fear of aging, you make space for gratitude. You begin to appreciate the time you have instead of grieving the time that has passed. There are people who never get the chance to grow old, who would give anything for just one more year, one more moment. You have been given the extraordinary gift of time. Do not waste it fearing the inevitable. Instead, embrace it. Live each day with purpose, with curiosity, with joy. Find new things to love, new experiences to cherish, new ways to give back. You are not fading, you are transforming. You are stepping into a stage of life where the noise quiets, where the things that once seemed so urgent fade away, leaving only what truly matters. Let go of the fear. Let go of the idea that aging is something to fight against. Instead, walk forward with open arms, knowing that every day you are given is not a loss, but a blessing. You are still here. You are still becoming, and that is something to celebrate. 5. Let go of unnecessary worries. Focus on what you can control. Worry has a way of creeping into the mind, settling in and making itself at home. It whispers concerns about health, finances, family, and the unknowns of the future. It makes you question decisions, replay past conversations, and brace for problems that may never even come. At this stage of life, you may find yourself worrying more than ever about your well-being, your loved ones, or even the world itself. But the truth is, worry does not prevent hardship. It only steals the peace of the present moment. There is a difference between concern and worry. Concern allows you to take action when necessary, to prepare wisely, and to care deeply. But worry is different. It is an endless loop of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios that rob you of joy without offering solutions. It keeps you up at night, fills your mind with anxieties, and makes even the simplest pleasures feel distant. And yet, most of what we worry about either never happens or turns out to be far less significant than we feared. Letting go of unnecessary worry does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending that hardships do not exist. It means recognizing that there are things beyond your control and choosing to release them instead of letting them consume you. It means understanding that no amount of worry will stop time, prevent illness, or change the decisions of others. You cannot control everything, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to meet uncertainty with trust rather than fear. Think of all the energy spent worrying over the years, nights lost to anxious thoughts, days overshadowed by imagined troubles. What if that energy had been spent on something else? On laughter, on love, on simply being present in the life unfolding around you? The truth is, you are here now, in this moment, and that is what truly matters. Worrying about tomorrow will not add more time to your life, but it can take away from the life you have left to live. Instead of dwelling on what you cannot control, focus on what you can. You can take care of your health to the best of your ability. You can nurture your relationships, strengthen your mind, and embrace the beauty in each day. You can choose to fill your thoughts with gratitude instead of fear, to trust that you have already overcome more than you ever thought possible. And most importantly, you can remind yourself that life has a way of unfolding just as it should, whether you worry about it or not. In the end, peace is not found in having all the answers. It is found in letting go of the need to have them. You have carried enough weight in this life. There is no need to carry worry too. Set it down, take a deep breath, and step forward into the freedom of knowing that whatever comes next, you will meet it with the same strength and wisdom that have carried you this far. 6. Let go of clutter. Create a space that feels light and free. A lifetime is filled with accumulation of memories, experiences, relationships, and inevitably, things. Over the years, objects pile up: furniture, old clothes, gifts received but never used, stacks of papers and photographs that tell stories of a time long past. Every drawer, every shelf, every closet holds remnants of the life you have lived. Some bring warmth and nostalgia, but others weigh you down, creating clutter not only in your home but in your mind. Clutter is not just physical. It can be emotional, holding you in the past rather than allowing you to live freely in the present. There are things you keep not because they serve a purpose, but because they are tied to moments you are afraid to let go of. A dress that no longer fits but reminds you of a time when you felt beautiful. A set of fine china never used, waiting for an occasion that never comes. Boxes filled with items belonging to people who are no longer here, each one carrying echoes of love and loss. Letting go feels impossible because it feels like erasing part of your story. But releasing clutter is not about forgetting the past. It is about making room for the life you are living now. A home filled with unnecessary things can feel heavy, like a space crowded with ghosts of what once was, rather than a sanctuary where you can breathe freely. Imagine walking into a room that feels open, light, and peaceful. Imagine only being surrounded by things that serve you, that bring you joy, that reflect the person you are today, not just the person you once were. Decluttering does not mean discarding every meaningful object. It means choosing intentionally what you keep. It means asking yourself, does this add to my life or does it take away from it? If something carries painful memories, perhaps it is time to let it go. If it no longer has a place in your present life, perhaps someone else could use it more. There is a quiet liberation in releasing what no longer serves you. The process is not just about tidying up. It is about reclaiming your space and, in turn, your peace of mind. When your surroundings are lighter, your heart feels lighter too. The weight of someday disappears and you can focus on the beauty of today. You have spent a lifetime collecting, building, preserving. Now is the time to simplify, to create a space that reflects not only where you have been, but where you are going. Let go of what clutters your home, and you will find that you are also letting go of what clutters your heart. And in that space, clean, open, free, you will discover something far more valuable than anything you could ever own: the peace of a life unburdened. 7. Let go of isolation. Stay connected and engaged. Loneliness is one of the greatest burdens of old age, yet it is also one of the most preventable. Over the years, life naturally shifts. Friends move away, loved ones pass, and social circles grow smaller. Family members, once the center of your world, become busy with their own lives, and the routines that once kept you engaged begin to fade. It becomes easy to withdraw, to convince yourself that no one needs you the way they once did. But isolation does not just lead to sadness, it diminishes the richness of life itself. The truth is, human connection is not just a luxury, it is essential. We are wired for companionship, for laughter, for the simple joy of sharing our days with others. When you cut yourself off from the world, you do more than miss out on socializing. You lose a part of yourself, the warmth of a conversation, the comfort of a familiar voice, the sense of belonging that comes from being part of something bigger. These are things that keep the spirit alive. Letting go of isolation means making the choice to stay engaged even when it feels easier to retreat. It means reaching out even when no one has called first. It means saying yes to invitations, to conversations, to opportunities to be with others. It is never too late to build new friendships, to reconnect with old ones, or to become part of a community, whether it is through church, a local senior center, volunteer work, or simply making the effort to stay in touch with family and neighbors. Every connection adds light to your life. There may be times when you feel like you have nothing new to offer, that the world belongs to the young, that your time of being needed has passed, but that is far from the truth. Your wisdom, your experiences, your presence, these are gifts that others need. There is someone out there who would love to hear your stories, who could learn from what you have seen and lived. There is a child who could use a grandparent figure, a friend who needs someone to listen, a community that would be richer because you are part of it. The world does not move past you unless you let it. Staying connected does not mean keeping up with every new trend or forcing yourself into social situations that feel unnatural. It simply means choosing to remain a part of the lives around you in whatever way feels right for you. Phone call, a shared meal, a weekly outing, a conversation with a neighbor. These small moments matter more than you realize. Loneliness is not a condition of aging. It is a condition of disconnection. Let go of the belief that your best years of companionship are behind you. Open yourself up to new experiences, to new people, to the simple act of being present in the lives of others. The more you give of yourself, the more life will give back to you. There is still laughter to be shared, love to be felt, and memories to be made. You are not alone unless you choose to be. Final thoughts. A lighter, more joyful you. Life has a way of teaching us what truly matters, often through the very experiences we once resisted. In youth, we chase accomplishment, stability, and control, believing that these are the things that will bring us fulfillment. But as we age, a different kind of wisdom emerges, the understanding that peace does not come from holding on, but from knowing when to let go. Letting go is not about loss. It is about freedom. It is about releasing the burdens that no longer serve you so that you can fully embrace the time you have now. It is about loosening your grip on the past, on regret, on worry, on comparison, so that your hands and your heart are open to the present. There is nothing more valuable than the ability to wake up each day unburdened by what has already been and unafraid of what is to come. Imagine what your days could feel like without the weight of unnecessary worries pressing down on you. Imagine the relief of no longer measuring yourself against others, of no longer fearing the passage of time, of no longer carrying regret like a shadow that follows you wherever you go. Picture yourself surrounded only by the things that bring you joy, in a space that feels light, open, and peaceful. Envision a life where you are not isolated, where you remain connected to people, to moments, to laughter, to love. This is not an impossible dream. This is what awaits when you have the courage to release what no longer adds meaning to your life. Aging is not a diminishment. It is an evolution. It is a shift from striving to appreciating, from accumulating to simplifying, from proving yourself to simply being yourself. It is a time to cherish the life you have built, to honor the person you have become, and to recognize that every experience, every challenge, every joy has led you to this very moment. And this moment, just as it is, holds all the potential for happiness and peace. You do not need more time to find fulfillment. You need only to make the most of the time you have. That means being present. That means embracing change with grace. That means choosing to see each day not as something to fear, but as something to celebrate. Every sunrise is a reminder that life is still unfolding, that you still have the power to shape your days with intention, that there is still love to give and receive, still beauty to witness, still memories waiting to be made. If you let go of what weighs you down, you make room for joy, for ease, for the simple pleasure of just being alive. Do not let the past steal the present. Do not let fear take away your peace. Do not let life slip away while you are too busy holding on to things that no longer matter. You are here now, and that is enough. Open your heart, lighten your load, and step forward with the wisdom that only time can give. The best days are not behind you. They are wherever you choose to find them. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.